So now I'm going to do another stamped image, and I'm going to be using this one. And, okay, I'm just trying to figure out where I put my archival ink. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to juice up the stamp with some ink. And I was debating whether or not to use designer paper on the bottom here. I was just going to pull some graphic 45 paper, but I decided to use the stamp. So I'm just going to stamp it down here, and because I have a layer of paint here, this image should pop out from the other stamped image that I already had down there. Okay, so there are my ladies. And I'm going to go ahead and heat set that. Now I'm going to go ahead and stamp another image that I just got from rubbernecker.com. Got that tip from Claudia. Thanks, Claudia. I have a haul vid that I just put out on that. So I'm going to stamp her right here, and I'm just going to angle her and put her a little bit over. I think I'm going to use suede. So let me use suede first, and then we'll kind of go from there. And I'm just sort of putting it heavy on the top and letting it drip. And hold on, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Do you see that dripping? Okay, so that was intentional. So I'm just going to let it drip, and then it's going to sort of puddle at the bottom. And what I like to do, because you'll see it's just a really huge puddle at the bottom, I like to dab it just a little bit because I don't want it too concentrated. So I'll just dab it just a little bit, but still let it sort of gather at the bottom. Now I'm just going to take my heat gun and heat set it. I'm actually going to go over it with some tattered leather. So I did my heat set on the glimmer mist. Now what I'm going to do is, my image sort of got covered up from all that glimmer mist. I'm going to take this baby wipe, a clean portion of it, and I'm just going to kind of rub off. And because we used a gel medium over it, it protected the paper, and that's why it's not, you know, because newspaper print isn't very pliable, right? I mean, it'll easily tear if it's wet, but because the gel medium sinked into that, it's pretty protected. So that's what I did. I didn't remove all of it, just some of it, because I want the yardage to sort of pop a little bit. Okay, so that's my page. Let's make the vintage ladies show up a little bit more down here. Okay. See, now they popped out a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to, I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do. If I could go back, I probably would have torn the edges of that versus cutting it with a straight scissors, now that I think about it. But we're learning together. What the heck? So next time I'll tear it. Okay, so I think I'm going to use some of these texture stamps to put a little bit of interest into my page. And I'm probably going to stamp some other colors in here. Let's see. I'm just trying to find a block to put my stamp on. I think I'm going to do the squares because it just seems to fit better with vintage. Okay, so I'm going to use little square guys. And I'm going to use my, and I swear I need to get some of the Memories white ink that that Paula said is to die for, for your art journals. So eventually I will get it. In the meantime, I'm just using my opaque StazOn in white. One thing I hate about this ink pad, though, is it makes your stamps like super dirty. Not super dirty, but the white doesn't go away, no matter how you clean it. Even with the StazOn cleaner, I use a StazOn cleaner, it still doesn't go away. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so I'm just randomly going different places here on the page. And be sure to stamp off your page so it looks, you know, sort of random. It needs a little bit of color. So I'm thinking maybe we can throw in a little bit of red or maybe a little bit of orange, since we have some orange here from the postage stamp. And that's more of like a sienna orange dark color. So let me play with this terracotta and see what we can do. Okay, so I thought what we could do with the terracotta to add a little bit more color to the page, and this is me shaking it up, is to use a stencil and sort of, and I'm just using my acrylic block, you guys. Don't be scared to use it because acrylic paint will just clean right off it. I'm just using it as a palette. What I'm going to do is take my, and I still don't know, oh here, spouncer. I guess it's called a spouncer. This is used for stencils, so you can get it in the stencil section. And I'm going to use the stencil that I picked up from Joann's in the clearance section. And by the way, Paula, I'm sending you one in your goodie rack that is going in the mail this week. So have fun with that if you don't already have it. Now, this to me looks kind of high, so I am probably going to stop at the 5th one. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold my stencil down and pounce. Again, we're just adding color to the page, and then I'm going to put it in different places of the page to tie everything in. Okay, so there's one part. You guys can see that. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, and then I think I'm going to add another one over here. And maybe I'll just do, I'll do 4 on this side. I think my spouncer is just a little too big. Okay, so there we go. And I'm probably going to do it in just one more spot, just so that we're doing everything in 3s, right? So I'm just going to put 2 little ones right here in the corner. There we go. I love how that added color to the page. It just made everything sort of pop. And putting it in different spots of the page just sort of ties everything in together. Okay guys, so that's it for now. I'm going to go ahead and finish the page, and I will share it with you guys right after this.